Tokyo, where Silent Hill really happens every day. Yeah, Big Chicken game looks pretty good. I want to play that.
皆さんこんにちは。サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。
Hi.
サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサー岡本元井です。2022年の発表以来、長い間お待たせしましたが、本日は待望のタイトル、サイレントヒルタウンフォールのニュースや情報をついに皆さんにお届けできることを嬉しく思います。本日、ソニーのステートオブプレイでトレーラーを公開し、プレイステーション5、Steam、エピックゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録を開始しました。皆様、ぜひご登録よろしくお願いいたします。さらに、この配信独占の最新情報もご用意しています。まずは本プロジェクトのパートナーをご紹介しましょう。
I wonder if they'll show any like little
アナプル
snippies
ナインタラクティブのインタラクティブ
Silent
&ニ
Hill
ュー
1's
メディア部
remake.
門プレジデントヘクター・サンチェスさんとゲーム部門責任者のリアン・ルームさん、そしてスクリーンバーンのライター兼ディレクターのジョン・マッケランさんをお迎えしています。皆さん本
John
日はようこ
McKellen.
そい
Why
ら
does
して
he
ください
look
ま
and
した。
sound familiar?
Thank you, Okamoto-san. At Annapurna, we're always looking to push the boundaries of storytelling, and we couldn't be more excited and honored to have the opportunity to work with you
What
and
else
the
did
entire team of
Annapurna
Konami
do?
to co-publish Silent Hill Townfall. Annapurna Interactive is a publisher that not only looks for great stories to tell, but also great teams to tell those stories. And we're so pleased to partner with the very special development team that created Silent Hill Townfall, John, and the entire team at Screenburn
Oh, they did that
Interactive.
cat game, Stray,
And
was
this project came about because the team at Annapurna and the team at Screenburn are really passionate about Silent Hill. We're very excited about the
Donut
unique
County, they
stories that
did
we're
that
able to tell in
one.
this
Oh, they
amazing
did Gone
franchise.
Home. I liked
It's
Gone
also
Home. A lot
important
of
to us
people
at
didn't,
Annapurna
but
that the developers we
I
partner with
did.
really love the IP that they're working on.
Telling
and that's
Lies, that's
exactly
another
what we
one
have
that I
with
want to
Screenburn.
play. That's on my
As a
list.
fan of the series ever since the release of the first game, it's a real
They've
pleasure and
done
an
a shit
honour
ton.
to be here today to talk about Townfall. The entire development team and I are so excited to finally be able to share a first look after so many years of development out of sight.
皆さんありがとうございます。
They announced this game like 2 years
それで
ago.
はまず本日公開されたサイレントヒルタウンフォールのリビールトレーラーを振り返りましょう。
So is this going to be the same trailer again? Probably.
Simon, listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever.
Yeah, he doesn't flip that antenna up, does he?
I can't stay in this room forever.
I guess if you're getting supernatural messages from your dead, who, I don't know. Do you need to flip up the antenna? The voices are coming from inside your mind and are being transmitted through spirit waves, right? Who knows? So this one doesn't take place in Silent Hill. This is, what was it, Saint Amelia?
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different.
Yeah, Saint Amelia, interesting.
I keep trying to fix what
Doubt
happened,
is ours. Sure.
but no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
All the stuff with the IVs in this trailer is very interesting to me. Screen burn. I don't know screen burn either. So is that going to be like our radio and it's going to tell us when monsters are near? I think Tom Hewlett still draws breath, or did the Silent Hill resurgence finish him off? Tom Hewlett, I sometimes see his tweets. They come across my timeline, and he seems genuinely excited about new Silent Hill stuff. He has somehow survived having worked on the series and made some having made some questionable decisions. I don't know if I wonder if he still makes games. I wonder if he's still working in like the
ポケット
industry.
テレビの持ち主が明らかになりました。このトレーラーはタウン4の本質、
pocket television,
そしてサイレントヒルらしさをしっかりと捉えています。
And we can see from the trailer that debuted today that Townfall clearly embodies the DNA of the Silent
That's
Hill
the
franchise.
same F.
It also has quite a unique take, which we know has been really important to the team at Screenburn. And part of that uniqueness comes from their own
I did not
identity,
catch
their
that.
perspectives, their history, and their style. So, John, we'd love viewers to learn more about Screenburn and your team's history and the work you've done on Silent Hill Townfall.
Absolutely. Our main objectives were to make a game that could feel specific to the team who made it, to bring something new to the series in terms of setting, and to really think about what Silent Hill, both in concept and gameplay, could look like.
We never
through
did get like a
Screenburn lens.
conclusive
Yeah, and it's
answer as
this
to what the
lens
F in Silent Hill
that
F
appealed
meant,
to us
right?
so much when we started working with you in
The F
Screenburn,
looks like a
many years
Forte
ago.
symbol,
And we knew that with
right? But I
Annapurna's
don't see
partnership
anything
with
in the
Konami
game that
helping to
really
guide the project, that the three teams together could
guided me
produce
in that
something original,
direction.
exciting for the fans, and show Silent Hill in a way that hadn't been seen before.
皆様、情熱あるメッセージ、本当にありがとうございま
Yeah. The 2
す。サイ
remake
レン
is
トヒルの
really
伝統を
good.
受け継ぎつつも、新しいチームごとに世
I
界
was
観
very
や
lucky
テ
to
ー
get
マ、
my new
美
computer
学
when I
が
got
どの
it
ように
before all
解
those
釈される
stupid
かを
AI
示すことは
shit.
とても重要です。ここでスクリーン版インタラクティブと本作を形作る人々の姿をご覧いただきましょう。
Moscow. That's a place you can go to if you want. We could watch this, or I could also.
Previous games
What
that
is
we worked on
Screenburn? What did they do?
over the years. So, Super Arclight was our first title that we released back in 2016. Stories Untold, 2017, Observation, 2019, and then Silent Hill soon. Our little collection of Silent Hill games. The thought that we're going to be slotted in at the end there, it is a genuine honor to work with the franchise and to contribute to it. After we shipped Observation, we were kind of like figuring out what we were going to do next. And then we got this call from Annapurna to ask us what we would do with Silent Hill.
Exactly.
That froze
All
us
you have to do
in our
is
tracks.
that.
It's not an opportunity we ever thought we'd
say
get,
that, but you
it's
could
one
do
we knew we all
that.
wanted right away. We pulled together a pitch of
I feel like there's
what
a
we
few
felt
people.
would be a really cool, unique Screenburn take, and brought it to Konami, and we were delighted that they loved the idea. It was like, this is exactly what we need.
No!
This is what we want to do, and we want you to go for it. And so to have their trust in us, both Annapurna and Konami, is a huge honor.
Say it, make it real.
So yeah, this is.
It's cool that this is going to be a
Graham
first-person
Lives and
Silent
Graham
Hill
Lives.
game.
My name's Graham McKellen. I'm the lead game designer.
You also
Sean's
get a
my
black main
brother,
character.
So we've
That's
known
cool
each other
too.
for a while. We have a lot of the same experiences, films that we watched when we grew up, games that we played. That allows us to work really well together when it comes to
Look
finding
at
that
these
synergy between
babies.
narrative and game
You
design.
can't make games. You're
Very early,
babies.
we
Stop.
agreed that we wanted to present this game in first person. And first person is, you have a more limited field of view. There's things happening off screen which you're not always aware of, and as we know in horror, what happens off screen is sometimes more scarier than what happens right in front of you. How we use the perspective to induce the horror, anxiety, and fear, but then at the same time trying to find the balance to that, which is what
Yeah,
can give the
first-person
player.
horror,
One of
I
the
think
first
is
things we set out
scarier
to do was,
usually
like,
than
what can we do
third-person
with the
because
radio
you
that's not been
feel
done
so
before?
limited.
What can we do that kind of gives it a new function, a new aesthetic, but it feels Silent Hill, the analog tech that's kind of been my visual calling card. Most of the things we've done, like even in our previous games, has been as close to real life technology as we can get. This is a very small handheld TV, but kind of inspired the CRTV.
The CRTV is, our take on the classic radio. We knew we wanted to have the player bring it up and actually use it. So
Yeah, having a
were
little
really keen on
TV
having
like
the
that is
player
actually a
tune
really cool
with
idea,
the CRTV
depending on like how they
actually
play
go
with
through the
that.
frequencies. discover narrative content, but also being able to use it as a tool to see where enemies were. So yeah, we teach the peek mechanic, which gives the player a little bit extra mobility around where the camera can be. So you can peek up and to the sides to see round corners or over walls.
I keep doing this as I lean.
And it's really important for the first-person perspective, giving the player that extra control over
This
the camera.
feels like it's going to be the opposite of Silent Hill F, which gave you a lot of
For a long
combat
time, this game
options
we felt might just
and was
be
like really
Northern
combat
Europe,
heavy.
you know, and not lock it down to Scotland.
And I'm fine
There
with
was a
that.
drive
I'm happy
to
with
create something that
them
felt
pulling that
authentic
back
to
a
us,
bit.
and it
I
kind
mean,
of
even
felt
Silent
natural
Hill
to kind
2
of
let
bring
you
it home.
really fight.
When John first showed me the game, and
Silent Hill 2
I saw this
remake.
sort of a very obviously Silent Hill, misty, foggy environment, that felt like a walk to school when I was growing up. Because, you know, I've grown up in towns like this, in a small fishing town that's kind of similar to St. Amelia. It's a beautifully epic, grey, drizzly environment, and we're bringing that to the game.
It just feels so real, especially when you're going through it in first person. You kind of feel like you're there. It's so detailed, every single thing, and it's all connected to the story.
We can
Very
go to
personal
Greg's and get
story.
sausage.
I know for John as well.
I would have been about 17 or 18 when the first game came out, and I was really ill, high fever, all this kind of stuff. I know I finished it.
And
but
I
the
was really
experience
ill,
I had
and it
was like
cuts
a
to him
fever
like
dream,
skateboarding.
Because it literally was. To this day, I've never played it again, because I kind of don't want to know whether what happened that night was real or not. Drawn to the Fog ever since. And I think now that we're actually responsible for it, and we're actually kind of pulling the rest of the team in, and now we're looking forward to bringing the fans into that fever dream too.
スクリーンバーンのチームの皆さんありがとうございました。
That transition was scary. This man came out like a bad
サイレントヒルの歴史や意味に強い情熱を持つ開発者の姿を目にするのはとても刺激的ですね。各チームがそれぞれのビジョンをサイレントヒルに持ち込み、新しい体験をどのように形作ったのかがよくわかります。さて、公開されたばかりのトレーラーについて語るべきことがたくさんあります。最も注目すべきは本作が一人称視点である点でしょう。過去作にも一人称要素はあるものの、10時間を超える長編作品としてこの方式を採用したのはターンフォールがシリーズ史上初めてです。この視点の変化によりプレイヤーはサイレントヒルの恐怖を新たなレンズを通して目撃することになります。恐怖がプレイヤーのすぐそばに迫るだけでなく、スクリーンバーンが考案した新しい戦闘、回避、謎解きのメカニクスとも見事に調和します。
Absolutely. Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill. A big part of that experience is centered around enemies and how our protagonist Simon will encounter
We just
them.
have that IV in our
Familiar
hand.
tools from the world
That's
of Silent
very
Hill are all
troubling.
available,
I
planks
don't
of
like
wood,
that.
pipes and ranged weapons like the pistol, but the ability to sneak, hide and evade brings a new element of choice to the combat, where resorting to violence isn't the only option. In fact, with the aid of the pocket television, known as the CRTV in the game, evasion is every bit as useful a survival technique as facing enemies head-on. Players are encouraged to experiment and find a playstyle that suits them while being mindful of the resources and the opportunities that surround them.
わかりやすい例が覗き込みですよね。サイモンは物体や壁の上からあるいは周りから慎重に身を乗り出して敵の様子を確認でき、発見される可能性を下げることができます。この要素は遭遇前の慎重さが生かされるだけでなく、
That monster
見た
running
目
up
デザ
on
インの
us?
面で
Okay.
とても映画的な表現になっています。
Indeed, that additional level of fine control provided to the player works especially well in first person, and it allows players to cautiously assess an encounter before they make a decision to evade or charge in. In first person, features like the peek or the CRTV become more immersive, rendering details up close in the character's hands and all in a tactile and physical way rather than using on-screen HUD elements. These features really shine in
is
first
the IV
person,
gonna show
and
our
as the game
health?
progresses,
Is it gonna,
players
like,
will be challenged in many
get
different
fucked
ways.
up when we're low
Using the
health.
right technique at the right
That'd be
time
kinda cool.
is vital for Simon's survival.
ジョンさん、 次は新主人公サイモン・オーデルに目を向けてみましょう。シリーズのキャラクターは皆心に重いものを抱えていますが、サイモンも例外ではありません。彼は多層的で不安定、そして非常に人間的です。トレーラー冒頭で主人公であるサイモンが今回舞台となる町セントアメリアに縁があることが示唆され、彼の困難な旅が始まります。ジョンさん、彼が島へ向かう事情、そしてプレイヤーが踏み入れる物語について視聴者の皆様に
The one thing I
特
worry
別に教
about
え
is
てもら
that
え
the
ますか？
trailer is already
Well,
like,
I knew
oh,
in the beginning to
you
write
made
the
your
game
choice,
that fans
Simon.
would
You
have
did what you
certain
did.
expectations about the world,
So we're gonna get like another
characters,
story
and
of
the
a
themes
character
that
being
permeate the
punished,
series.
right, for their
I
decisions.
wanted to both lean into those
I just hope
expectations
that's
in some ways
interesting. I hope
and
it's done
subvert them in
differently.
others. Guilt is
Yeah.
a strong theme throughout Silent
Okay,
Hill's
they're
many
talking about what I'm
stories,
talking about
and I
now.
wanted to
Never mind.
dive deeper into the various different ways that guilt can manifest, where it comes from, what it can do to people, and how, if you can, come to accept or resolve it. So while those narrative themes are distinctly Silent Hill, we're looking at and interpreting those themes in a very different way.
ゲームの冒頭、サイモンは物事を終わらせてほしい、それが正しいことだと告げる謎の電話を受け取ります。トレーラーで見た通り、彼は島に到着しますが、この段階ではどうやって来たのか不明であり、サイモン自身も向かう先が分かっていないように見えます。
Well, a core component of our team's narrative style that has been present in all of our previous games is mystery. Simon's journey through the town is layered with nuance and questions, where players will gradually uncover both small details and big reveals, and they'll be kept guessing throughout. There are other characters to meet along the way too, and understanding Simon's connection to them is key to the narrative. Some mysteries will pay off as the game progresses, and some will deepen further, inviting players to dive deep into the world and the details spread around the town.
サイモンの旅がどのようなものになるのか楽しみにしていただければと思います。さて、次はタウンフォールの舞台となる街セントアメリアについてご紹介しましょう。
I honestly don't hate that newer Silent Hill games don't take place in
世
Silent
界は
Hill.
彼らを映し出し、
I
試し
don't hate
変
that
えてい
because
き
we
ます
explored Silent
サイモン
Hill.
の
We've
旅を理
seen
解する
Silent
には
Hill.
彼が身を置く
You
街
can
を
only
理
make the
解する
town
必
so
要があり
big
ます。
before it gets a little ludicrous.
それではセントアメリアのインスピレーションとなったスコットランドの実際の場所を見てみましょう。
Spooky Scotland.
So we're going to go to the east coast of Scotland. We've referenced a lot in the game. Graham and I have been many times over the years. We took Paul up when he joined the team. And I think this is Linda's first time.
It is, yeah.
So you're going to get a bit of a
Yeah,
shock.
4
when you're
Homecoming
in
and the
St.
first half of 3
As a QA
are all in
lead,
different
I
towns.
think I have played probably
Downpour
3,000
takes
hours
place
of this
like
game,
it starts a
but
couple
I've
miles
actually
outside of
never
town.
explored those real towns, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, Homecoming
It's
is
the
like the
smell
next
and
town
wind,
over,
You
but
know, the sound of the place,
the first
all of that
half of
together
3 is
what
like
you're trying to recreate. You're not just
many,
trying to
many
recreate
miles
visuals,
away
you're trying to
from
recreate the
Silent
vibe.
Hill.
And there's no better way of doing it.
And
than
4
spending time
4
there.
is close
It's really important
to Silent
not
Hill,
living life
right?
behind the lens and just
But it's
absorb the
like
place
a
when
little
you're
ways
there.
away.
I suppose it's always important for artists to get out and see the place that they're supposed to be making.
Graham and I were chasing fog. Well, I dragged Graham out with me. I was like, I need someone in front of the camera when I take these images. Fog was so dense.
I think
that
Short
when we came out
Message
here, we got to like
is
this
where they were
spot,
like
and from here we couldn't
trying
see the
to
coast
tie
anymore, and we
things
couldn't
together
tell which direction the coast was
and
in.
make it like Silent
and we
Hill
immediately felt like in
is a
danger.
phenomenon that could just
And
happen
we
depending.
ended up with this shot here. The atmosphere is like blue and light.
Didn't they
the sun
share
was going
newspapers or
down.
something? I
Everything
don't
from that moment
remember.
was when we kind of realized
We
how
know
this game
that
was gonna be. We have
oh
this
god,
fog
was
that
it
rolls
Walter
in on the
Sullivan
east coast of Scotland, called
traveled
Ahar. I got pretty
to
obsessed
was
chasing
it
the Ahar.
Ashfield?
You know, I wasn't
Is
painting
the
images,
town
I
from
wasn't,
4?
like, trying to like imagine what the fog would look like.
Traveled
I could go to a
there
town that
when he
looks
was a
like
kid, so it
St.
couldn't have been
and
too
find a
far
fog
away.
that looks like Silent Hill and come back and show the team here's what the game needs to look like. You know, and I would drag other people on my trips with me and be like, you got to come too, and they're like, really? It's 4 a.m. So that when we come back to
I
the
do
studio,
like
we can
living
try
in a
and
foggy
recreate what
town
we felt,
now.
not just what we saw.
I miss the early morning walks to work when it was like really fucking foggy and you couldn't see shit.
This was like the first
That was cool.
beautiful corner that we did. And then as we get around this corner, yeah, it's literally the same.
It is actually, yeah.
Yep.
This is so cool.
Yep.
I hope we have that in the game, the seaweed.
This was the first pier I think we came to, and we walked along a bunch of other piers as well.
It should be
just
a
to kind of
horror
see
game in
the
Vermont.
differences
Vermont's very
and,
scary.
Yeah, the kind of shapes that they make and how they're used, that kind of thing. You know, this is it. This is very similar to our St Amelia pier.
So we're in St Monans. This is the harbour town and was the first place that we built for the game. When I started to write the story about what this town was, what happened to this town, the isolation was a big factor. There's like an existential dread that comes with that. Silent Hill has always had a sense of like not being able to leave the town and face why you're there. That isolation isn't just for the protagonist, but also for the town. It's like they've got to do what they've got to do. You just have to get on with it and you have to solve the problem. There's no running away.
It's surreal. I think it's because a lot of stuff are so similar to in-game, even like the
I guess that makes sense if they said it's going to take place on
colors.
an island. That way you don't
Wherever
have to
the
worry
benches
about
are
like
placed is exactly the
having
same
roads
as
collapsed in and
in-game.
stuff like
These
that. Not
alleyways
like that was
kind of
ever a
snake
problem.
through the entire
But that's a
town.
very easy way to
Really
be like
fun
your
to walk up
character
and down
cannot
in real
leave.
life, but when you've got a monster chasing you, it's just not a nice place to be.
Coming up there, this was one of the slopes that when I first came here, I was like looking at all the textures. And luckily Unreal allows us with nanite to just sort of layer on loads of meshes and textures on top of each other. I don't know what this is. Bits of like rag and tarpaulin, like the glove, for instance, there. It's just like layers upon layers upon layers of life and history. You're mimicking several hundred years worth of life. That's what we aim to do. And a lot of the time, the player will just sort of walk around and absorb it, and they won't know why it feels like a real place, but the effort that we've put in will make them feel like it's a real place, and it will give them that sense of history. And yeah.
That's cool.
It's a big moment for us, definitely. For me personally, for the team, you know, we're all big fans. I think that's an understatement to say big fans. You know, we're obsessed. To be trusted with a franchise like this is an honor, and you know, we want to make sure we ace it. So we're giving it our all to create something that's really new and really unique.
I'm looking forward to this game. It's nice after all this time to see what this is finally going to be, and
セ
like
ン
it's
ターメ
finally
ディ
it's
ア
going
の
to be
イ
an
ンスピレ
actual
ーション
game.
や再現方法について
So I think
貴
we were
重な
kind of
話をあ
wondering
りが
like
とう
is
ご
this
ざい
going to
ま
be
した
another weird like Silent Hill
サイベイの
Ascension
こだわ
sort
り
of
が
thing, or
新
is
しい
this
世
a
界
real
観をリア
game?
ルに感じさせて
It's
い
a
ま
real
す
game.
こうした丁寧な作り込みはシリーズならではの大切な魅力です。最後にタウンホールの規模や構成についてお話ししましょう。
For sure. And while Annapurna has been primarily known over the last decade for independent games from smaller teams, Townfall is no small game. In fact, it's among some of the biggest games that we've ever published.
And while Screenburn is a relatively small development studio at about 30 people, they have been afforded the development time to really realise their creative vision for Townfall. And as a result, Townfall is a full-length, high-quality game that we can all present with confidence following Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社が手を組み作り上げたサイレントヒルのエッセンスをしっかり取り入れたタイトルとなっています。今年皆さんにサイレントヒルタウンホールを実際にプレイしてもらえることを非常に楽しみにしています。本日のサイレントヒルトランスミッションはこちらで終了となります。
Yeah, I just turn on my
最後
little
に視聴者の皆さんへ
CRTV and
向
I'm
け
like
て
waiting
一
for
言
a
ずつメッ
monster
セ
to
ー
go
ジをお
by
願
and I
いし
keep
ます。
peeking out while Doctor Who's on.
We're so thankful for your patience, and we can't wait to show you more of what we have in store for you in Townfall. We see this project not only as our biggest and most
We've got
ambitious game
Red
yet,
Dwarf
but
on
as a love letter
repeat
to the
here.
series that inspired many of the team, myself included, to become game developers in the first place. It's truly an honour to be given this opportunity to contribute to the series, and on behalf of the team at Screenburn, thank you for your support and your encouragement over the years.
We've loved working with the entire team at Screenburn and are very proud of the game they've created.
You know what,
Our
Cow King?
goal
It could be
at
whatever you
Annapurna
want.
is to support
Honestly,
our
it's your
developers
journey
so they
through
can
Silent
focus
Hill.
on making the best possible game. It's been amazing to see Townfall come to life throughout development. Thank you to Screenburn for their partnership, and thank you to Konami for trusting us with the Silent Hill franchise.
Silent Hill Townfall is a labor of love for everybody involved and a true collaboration across the 3 teams. From the amazing team in Scotland at Screenburn to the revered publisher Konami, not only in Japan but around the world, and ourselves, who are very humbled by the opportunity at Annapurna to co-publish a game for the first time with an existing franchise and bring our unique take to this historic franchise.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社で長い時間をかけて作り上げてきた作品を発表することができて本当に良かったです。本日お見せした通り、非常に丁寧に作り上げていますので、皆様ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。本日お届けしたサイレントヒルタウンホールは、プレイステーション5と Steam、エピックゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録受付中です。ぜひ登録をお願いいたします。また、サイレントヒルトランスミッションでは、今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。次回もどうぞお楽しみに。本日はご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。
I hope it has a dedicated kick button. It should. 40% off and 50% off. Oh, fuck! It's time to get these goddamn games. If you ain't played them, you need to get them. They're really good. And that's all there was for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching the State of Play and the Silent Hill transmission with me. I need to go to the bathroom so badly. I drank so much water. You can't see it, but it's here. It's a liter bottle of water. I drank so much of it, and I gotta pee. Tomorrow around 7 p.m. is what I'm shooting for. It's gonna be the return of Dispatch and Animal Crossing. We're gonna be playing more Animal Crossing Deluxe. And then Saturday is Valentine's Day. I'm going to be playing Date Everything. I have that game. I've had that game for a minute. And we're going to finally play it. We're going to see if I can fuck all of the objects in my messy-ass house. And I hope you all watch that. It's going to be about, I don't know, when am I going to stream that? Maybe like 2 o'clock? Who knows? Anyway, I love y'all, and you have a good night. Goodbye.